What's going on, world? Welcome to another episode of the Mindful Podcast. I'm your co-host, Caleb Rosenberg, and as always, y'all know him as the best, the man with the plan, Mr. Daniel Uribe.
What's good with y'all, man?
Man, how you feeling this week, bro? It's been a little bit of a delay.
Honestly, I'm feeling way better than ever. Now it's time to duck.
Yeah. We don't fill y'all in a little bit on what we mean by that. But without further ado, let's get into the little 2 cents of the disclaimer real quick.
All right, y'all. So Mindful is a podcast driven to help people break the mentality society has ingrained in their brains that only certain people can live a certain type of life and create their own path. Us two young entrepreneurs are on a mission to create more peaceful, optimistic, driven individuals that will break generational patterns and change the statistics society has set in place. The goal of this podcast is to encourage and help everyone live a truly prosperous life and to show that you have the power to write your own story.
Yes, sir. So
Yes, sir.
before we jump right into it, as Daniel had mentioned, it's right about time to duck. And so just so you guys know, we've got a lot of transitional things happening right now and a lot of big things that we cannot quote unquote fumble the bag on. So with that being said, we're going to continue to do the podcast. I know this week, because this week was a big week for us. So
Yeah,
things just kind of
very
got
big.
jumbled up. Yeah. So we got a lot of things coming up, a lot of events. We're going to be traveling in the next couple months. We're going to be traveling a little bit here to multiple different events. And we got a lot of, like I said, transitional things happening. So podcast is still going to be happening, but you guys might not see us on social media for a little bit. Probably I couldn't even put a time frame on it because what we got coming is just it's probably one of the most transitional phases of our lives, which is just going to be so big. So we just need to duck
Yeah.
down, keep the head down, be in a dark room, and be in the lab just cooking it up, basically.
Literally though.
So yeah,
Ghost
y'all might
mode.
not see us. Literally like ghost mode, man. Y'all might not see us. Now, might you guys won't see us on social media, TikTok, any Insta reels. Might post on the story here and there, business or personal, but it's just gonna be a lot of just putting our heads down for a little bit and just securing our future, basically.
Nah, yeah, for sure.
So without further ado, since both my AirPods and Daniel's AirPods are not very charged at the moment, we're gonna get right into things. So Daniel, bro, you had sent me a text this week, bro, and
Yeah,
like
like randomly.
right out of nowhere, bro. I was like, why is he texting me this? I'm like, weird. So like, I just replied like it was I was supposed to, come with you the answer. But why don't you fill the people in on what you texted me? I don't remember what day it is, but just out of nowhere.
Yeah, so I was listening to something and it kind of like clicked like, and I texted him. I was like, "What separates winners and losers?" You know. So Caleb, what did you answer?
Bro, I word for
Here,
word. Let me look at it
here,
real quick because I can't remember exactly what I said word for word, but um basically like bro, that honestly had me like I had to sit there and look at my phone for a second. I was
right,
like, what does separate winners from losers? And word for word, this is what I said. Winners never quit and they never lose. They just learn lessons. A loser accepts defeat.
right,
Because to me, if I'm in that mindset of I'm always winning, I never lose, no matter what the circumstances. I never take a loss. I don't
right,
take losses. I gain new lessons and new experience.
right. As a winner, if you fail, you just seek it that as opportunity to know a way that you failed and succeed the next time.
Exactly, bro. And somebody who's losing or like steps into the mindset of a loser, they accept that defeat. They don't want to open their mindset, open their perspective to, okay, what could I have learned from this? Okay, what did this teach me? You're just accepting the defeat. And
Right,
that to be a winner, you gotta always think of something that you won. No matter what, you won. Even if something didn't go as planned, you won because you still got something out of that. You got a new experience, a new piece of knowledge, whatever the case may be, a lesson learned. And it's with
Right.
everything, business, personal, relationships, anything. Like, just take everything that if it doesn't go your way and it's a little like on the downside, you just learned a lesson. But you got to open your mind to see that lesson
Hmm.
because it's not always like point blank. Sometimes it's a hidden lesson, and you got to really dig deep on it. And you might have to dig some stuff out of yourself that you weren't aware of, or you're not comfortable with yourself, about how you operate or how you move. So you got to change up.
Right.
But at least you learned something, whether it was about the situation and experience, or you learned something about yourself. You know what I mean?
Hmm. Definitely.
So that's kind of
I
what I
feel that.
thought, bro. As soon as you texted me that, I was like, man. I just sat back and I was like, man, somebody who loses, they really do accept defeat. But a winner, he never says he loses.
Yep. A loser always just keeps it, lets things just go right up over them. Like, oh, I lost. Ah, like I'm probably gonna lose again. Like, it's okay. No, it's not okay. But again, there's different types of people in this world.
Yeah, bro. And to that point, like you said, bro, like a loser, they'll be like, oh, nothing goes my way. Oh, it's not gonna work out next time, blah blah blah. But a winner is like, okay, it didn't work out now, but next time it's gonna hit. And when it doesn't hit next
Next time
time,
is from the, yeah. The
it's the
next
next
time it
time.
will. Consistency and resilience.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you also need to be courageous because it takes courage to not like to risk yourself to like exposing yourself into something that you can fail at, and you have most certainly a failing at because you haven't done it before. But
Right.
it takes courage to jump and do it. Maybe you have failed, and then it takes the consistency to go back and do it again.
Exactly.
The resilience of you keeping that mindset and that confidence of going back and doing it again. It all ties into each other.
Yeah, bro. That's one of my mantras, bro. We got to keep it pushing, no matter what.
No matter how bad it is, keep that motherfucker rolling.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
eyes.
You can't just sit on the sidelines. Like, once coach puts you in the game, coach, aka to me, God, once God put me in
Right.
the game, like, you have a turnover. If you just dwell on that turnover, you're not getting back on defense. God gonna take you out the game. He gonna put you back on the bench. But if he sees
Right.
you like, nah, I'm not gonna do that again. I'll
I'm
learn
not
what
folding.
I did the crossover at the wrong time, or I got a little too razzle dazzle with it, whatever the case may be, and that translates to life. Like, some people are so focused on what happened in the past or what didn't go their way that they're completely blind to like a new opportunity in order to make something go their way.
Right.
Like, you're so focused on what happened, you're not focused on the right now of what could happen.
Bro, and that's what they say about like just past memories. Like the reason why you can't go over them is because you're still living in them. Like
Mm-hmm.
something in your soul, in your mind is still living in that occasion. That's why you can't get past it. You know, you got to remember that where you are right now, and you got to think about the next step, not what already happened, because what happened already happened. With the past in the past, you can't like, what are you doing thinking about what's in the past? Like, yes, think about like how I can fix what happened in the past, but don't dwell on what's already happened because there's nothing you can do about it.
Can't change it.
You know?
Yeah, and a lot of people are so stuck on what happened in the past. They're like, oh, this happened to me, so I'm like this now. Or, this didn't go my way, so now I'm
What?
like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, why do you justify what happened in the past for what could happen in the future?
Right.
It just doesn't make sense. You got to get past it. You got to, quote unquote, you got to keep it pushing. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and people will use their traumas in the past. Like, yeah, there's certain things that people go through that traumatize them. I understand that. But at some point in time, you're going to have to deal with it, whether it's working on personal development, going to see a therapist, whatever the case may be, just talking about it with somebody. You're going to, at some point in your life, have to get through that shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, whether you like it or not, you can't just go through your entire life making an excuse for everything because of something that you went through. Like, yeah, that's fine for, I guess, a little bit, depending on what it is. But at the end of the day, if you're just going to keep making excuses, you can't ever grow.
Right. And nobody's gonna no at the end of the day, nobody cares. Cause
No,
everybody goes through their own shit. You gotta be the one to tell yourself, like, come on, I'm not a loser. I can do this. I'm a champion. I'm a winner. I can do this. You feel me? No matter how bad it gets, I can keep it pushing.
yeah,
Cause niggas been low, like, financially, mentally, just everything low, But you got to keep it pushing. That's how you get. That's like, and I think I was telling, I think the mastermind the other day. I was like, or I don't know who I was telling, but I was like, you stop, dog. um, I was saying like you don't know sunshine without rainy days.
mm-hmm. Because you're gonna have
Right.
to see dark before you see light. Because if you
Oh
always
yeah, that's
seeing
what we was
light,
talking about. Yep.
yeah, bro. Because if you always seeing and you always having good, and you just always seeing the light. And I'm not talking about as a mentality, because like I said before, like I tell myself every single day, like I had a good day today, regardless of what happened. But when you always seeing light, like things are always in your favor. You've never been low. You've never had, terrible days, whatever the case may be. Everything just works out for you. You can't even appreciate to the full extent of those
Right.
lighter days.
And when you see that dark day, boom,
Yeah.
you finna get hit by a truck, damn near.
Yeah.
You won't know how to you won't know how to feel type shit,
No.
man.
And I feel like some people got to learn in those dark times, you have to learn how to embrace those dark times and let yourself feel that, because especially with
Yes,
like with males, they're
yes,
males don't like emotion, they don't like feelings, they don't like, which I get. You're taught to be masculine, you're taught to not have emotion, to all
bro.
these
We
other
was just
things.
talking about that in the chat today because I don't know, somebody was talking about a feeling, and somebody else was like, "Bro, shut up," and then a bunch of us was like, "Yo, the fuck, we can't talk about our feelings now. That shit's weird. You're weird for not thinking about that shit.
We're human
Like,
beings.
we're allowed to feel, like, and as men, like you're saying, we don't we think that feeling is um
Weak.
like weak. Exactly. I was looking for a better word of weak,
Right.
but
Right.
but weak is, yes, weak.
Or feminine or emasculine or whatever
Or
the case
just,
may be.
not, yeah, just like it's inferior.
Yeah.
Feelings are inferior. And yes, I get it that you can, like, you can turn your feelings off, like in a situation you have to know when to turn your feelings off, like logical and emotional, you know but feelings are still a thing. You got to know how to deal with them.
That's what I was going to bring up too, bro. Is like, because we've talked about on the podcast before, as a man, you got to know when to separate your emotions and just make a clear, conscious decision based off of logical events and facts. But that, I've never said that don't deal with your emotions at all. I said separate them, because there's a time
Exactly.
and a place to do that. Once you've handled your business, you've handled the situation as uh, a man with dignity and pride and honor and just loyalty, that kind of stuff. You've handled the situation or your business in that zone logically with facts. Then once you remove yourself and you're by yourself, or you're in a calm environment, a clear environment, then deal with your stuff. Because at the end of the day, humans are based off of emotion. Like, we're emotional creatures. It's in our nature. So that's why it's even
Can't
more
do anything
important.
about it.
Right, you can't. You
Is
really can't.
I finish your thought, because I think we're about to say the same thing about saying that it's more important. Go ahead.
Well, like, I was just gonna say that, like since we're emotional creatures, that's why it's all the more important that you deal with your emotions at some point in time, but you need to be able to separate. So again, like we've said before on the podcast, yes, separate those two, because you know you're an emotional creature, not as a man, as a woman, as a human being. You are an emotional creature. So you need to
Right.
understand that you need to separate those two, make your decision off of logical and facts and based off of the current environment and experience. Then you go back and you deal with your emotions at some other point in time.
Right.
That's what
Right.
I was just gonna add to that.
Yeah, I wasn't. Yeah, but I was basically gonna say that a little bit more shorter. I was gonna say how, um, as a human being, if you're like we're emotional creatures, you might as well. You just have to embrace it
Yes,
and learn how to develop it. You know.
because you're just letting some eat you up inside, regardless of what it is. Like you're not dealing. Like you think that not dealing with your emotions, and we're just talking about males at this point. I guess some females be like that too, where they're just like,
You can say females too. Like we could.
because
We're just talking about humans in general because I know. I go ahead. Like we could talk about it's. This is for humans.
yeah, because we both know women that are like super
Homo
independent and
sapiens.
like, yeah, nothing can get to me. I'm a rock, like whatever. All right, cool, be you. But anyway, like you not like you may think that not dealing with your emotions and how you feel ever and just shutting that down is quote unquote making you more masculine or making you more strong or whatever the case may be. But you're
Right.
just lining things up for the future to be able to break you completely because
Oh
it
my
just stacks
gosh.
up.
Hell
That's
yeah.
all it does. It stacks up like periodically over time. It might not be in a week, it might be in a year, it might be 5 years, but you're going to be broken more than you, and you're not even going to know why because you've been putting all these things away, and then it just comes out one
All
time
together.
at once, bro, and it breaks you to the core,
Yeah.
and you're not going to know what to do because you're like, bro, why do I feel off? You're going to think it's all because of this one situation. And now you're directing anger, hurt, emotion to this one situation when in reality, you don't even know that it's all these things that you have been putting away for years and years and years that you've never dealt with. That's the real pain and the real emotion. You're just thinking, oh no, it's this one situation. Say your girl like or your man's like cheated on you, and now you're just like you've lost it completely. You're putting
Right.
so much energy and emotion on this one thing when in fact, yes, it was a terrible event, but that's not the reason why you're broken to your core.
Right.
It was your dad leaving, it was your mom telling you you ain't worth nothing. It was all these little things that built up over time. Your friends making jokes about super personal things that they know is going to hurt you, like all these little things
Right.
building up in your life that you never dealt with. And now you breaking on one thing, and you have no idea until you finally go back and you look at the situation and you're like, yo, it wasn't even just that. It was all these little things that I never dealt with in my life that really broke me.
Word.
I've been I've been somebody like that too. Like I'm not trying to say I'm some perfect creature or nothing like that. I've been
No,
there
but
too.
that's the reason why we're doing this for people is because we niggas has been through it and we're trying to help you not go through it, or like if you're going through it, we're trying to help you go through it easier because so you can know that there's people that have been doing it, like have been through the same shit.
Yeah, bro. I had wrote something a couple of years ago. I think it was like when I made it might have been 20 or 19, but it was like it wasn't too long. I never finished it, but I was thinking about writing a book or something. But the title was it was like something like a
I'm
lifetime
reading
in
a
night.
book.
Huh?
I'm writing a book, bro, for sure. My life
Oh
is
yeah.
way too crazy for me not to write a book.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro.
Bro, I've been through shit. When they see what I become in the future, they go, I'm gonna need my book.
Oh yeah, yeah. Definitely writing a book. You know what I'm saying? And to Daniel's point about we're not just talking out the rear on this, like we've been through these things and we're trying to help y'all. Like the title what I was writing back a couple years ago, it was like a lifetime in 19 or a lifetime in 20. And the premise of it was I've lived like for a lot of people, I've lived an entire lifetime of what they would go through or what happens to them, transitional phase or anything, in a span of 19, 20 years. That was the whole premise. And to Daniel's point, is because I've been through so many different things. Like, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I've never been in a gang, nothing like that. I'm not talking about those kinds of things. That's why we don't talk about those kinds of things coming from like the inner streets and like all these kinds of things. We talk about these intellectual things in your mind and being positive and changing your mindset and different types of financial things that like we've learned the hardest way. Like, and again, back to his point, I'm telling y'all
Right.
about not stacking your emotions away because I used to be that person. People would ask me all the time, like, or my mom especially, she'd be like, yo, you need to cry, you need to deal with your things. And I'm
Oh
like, nah,
yeah,
I'm good.
bro. That's
For
facts, bro.
yeah,
That's facts. Like you need to let it out, and motherfucker, I'm straight. Like just don't bother me. I'm straight.
yeah, bro. And the whole time you're thinking, nah, I'm good, I'm good, I'm good. I'm somebody who's strong, XYZ. And then it comes down to one day. I promise you, it comes down to one day. And you're gonna be
Mhm.
broken to the core and you will have no idea why. And like I said, it might be a relationship, it might be a business venture, it might be something financially, it might be losing somebody in your life. Whatever the case may be, you're that one event that in turn shouldn't really break you is going to break you down to your most core you have ever been broken down to the point where you don't even know how to go about life. And that's
Right.
what we're trying to avoid for you guys. It's like deal with stuff,
Yeah. Deal
like
with it.
deal with it.
Literally.
Like, because
Plain
it's gonna come
simple.
back. It's gonna come back, bro. It's gonna come back
Right.
around. It's like a boomerang.
Like. It's like or a ticking time bomb.
That's a better term.
Right. Because it is time. It's just
Yeah,
you're just waiting on it, and you know it's there. I mean, you might not know, but your subconscious knows. Your mind
yeah.
knows.
That's
Yeah,
the
man.
thing, bro. Like, that's why I keep telling people, like, I want to help you build to be able to make decisions not based off of an emotional state. But I've always been that person to, which is kind of ironic. Like, I was always the type of person to listen to people. Like, I'm a great listener. Like, I'll shut up for 2 hours and you just talk, 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 talk. Like, I'll just shut
Word.
up. Like,
Word.
if that's what you need for you to get it out, then so be it. Like, I've even felt uncomfortable in some situations, but I know that it's not about me. It's about what that person needs to get out in order for things not to finally explode. Because I'd rather you explode on me than explode by yourself in a dark room where you don't really know how
Right.
to go about life anymore.
Right.
So it's like sometimes that's all people need. And maybe you need that too, but find out what you need to do, whether you need to do an exercise, you need to run, you need to talk to somebody, you need to. I'm a big person on therapy, 100%. I ain't got. No, I don't know why people think that therapy is so bad, but think about it like this: like if you're somebody who thinks therapy is bad, so you mean to tell me you think it's bad to talk about things that you have questions on or you're going through with a highly paid professional who went to school to develop, like to figure out how the mind works? I don't know about you, but I like to go to people who have the answers. Not only that, the right answers.
Right. And the thing is, and the cool thing about going to what you said therapy is that it's like you can shop around. You don't have to go to the one that you like that people tell you to go to. You got to go to the one that fits you. You
Yeah,
know, like good thing is meditation too.
100%.
Meditate. You know, it's the best thing for the mind. Yoga and meditate. That
That's
ass.
facts.
As crazy as that sounds, but again, but like you were saying that those little things what separates the winners from the losers. Like that, yeah, I'm gonna feel it, but if I'm feeling it, I'm gonna find a way to not feel it no more, or like maybe not feel it no more because that's definitely didn't that sound right because
I
you
get
always
what you're
want like,
saying.
but like I need to figure out a way to get ahead.
Yeah,
Day by day, things get better, but a winner never gives up.
that's facts. And like Daniel said, it like sometimes you can get to a point where it is so dark that you don't know how to go about, you don't know how to get out of it, and it's gonna take time. I'm not somebody that is gonna like front to y'all. So like if you're going through a lot of shit, I'm gonna tell you straight to your face, look,
So my
this is not
mama,
gonna be good for a long time. Straight out. Like you're gonna feel this for a while, but it's crucial that you do little things every single day to slowly start climbing out of that hole. Because, for example, you don't want it to get to the point where you were doing all these good things in life and then one thing happens bad in your life or not so great, and now that affects everything else that you
everything
were doing
else,
good.
right?
You know, it's like you had 10 good things going for you and one out of the 10 go bad. And now that one, for whatever reason, is now a disease to the other nine. Why not have those nine things still going good for you, or the eight good things, or seven good things still going for you? And it's just a couple that you just got to work on. Because I'm going to tell you right now, it's easier to work on a couple things or one thing than it is to have to change your entire, from personal experience, having to climb out of a hole and change everything about yourself.
Man, everything. I tell you, maybe not everything because I'm still me, but
Right, right.
like mentally,
Oh yeah,
I'm a whole different person. I
yeah.
couldn't even tell you. I mean, you can see like, and a big thing about the winner and loser thing is like, go ahead,
No,
but
keep going.
the winner and loser thing, bro. I even lost my train of thought. But what were you saying that I was responding to? My bad.
Oh, um. Oh, we were talking like the how so many. No, we were saying about having to change everything about you, or like about your life, or like when you're climbing out of a
Oh,
hole.
right, right. Okay. So a big thing about the winners and losers is about taking action. And the thing that I sent Caleb today, it was the thing from CG.
Mm,
It was his book from Rocket Fuel, and the guy was explaining how vision without execution is hallucination. So that's a big thing about winners and losers. If you have a vision and you and you don't go for it, you're automatically losing a whole opportunity in your life that you could have had. And in 10 years, you're gonna look back like, damn, I had the opportunity to do that and I didn't do it because I couldn't like just I didn't want to. Because at the end of the day, it's if you want to or not. If you because if you want to, you can do it.
yeah.
And that's a big thing while we were talking about going ghost or like just going dark, because like we have this vision and we know how to execute it. We can't hallucinate about it, right?
And for some of y'all out there, like you got the vision, you know how to execute, you're an executor, but you got distractions around you, which is something we talked about today before we hopped on here. Is that I told Daniel straight out, I'm like, bro, I got a couple of distractions that have been like kind of hindering me a little bit, not necessarily holding me back from executing, but holding me back from all that I know that when I'm locked in 120%, I'm probably at about a 95 right now, a 93, which in yeah, to most people they're like, "Oh yeah, no, that's not terrible. You got to have time, you got to have fun for yourself." I'm like, "Yeah, that's good standards for you. I have a certain standard for myself that I need to play at 120 every single day, and if I'm not, I didn't do my job and I did not execute to my fullest ability." That's me personally.
And the thing with that, what you were saying with like getting distracted or the distractions is social media,
100%.
and for a lot of people, social media is one of the first things that they wake up to, the first things that they go to sleep to, they go through it the whole day. So you're spending your whole time living in somebody else's world, in all these people's world, and not caring about your own.
Ooh.
You know, a lot of these people are not gonna be there in 10 shit 5 years, my nigga. People come and go.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and the thing is, like, nobody cares what you're doing with your life if you don't care yourself. Like, because again, you're spending your whole day thinking about, oh, what's Caleb doing? Oh, what's Noe doing? What's fucking Manny doing? Like, you know, like, yeah, that's cool what they're doing, but what are you doing caring about their life?
Right.
Shit, one of them.
You got to do you, like, and that's the. I was telling you today as well about social media. And we talked about this before. Like, I started to not look at certain people's, like, certain kind of like influencers pages because, and we talked about it today too a lot. I'm like, bro, I hate.
What you see isn't reality.
It is not reality, and we're not saying that they don't have, cars, or they don't. Well, some people don't have the cars and the money and
Yeah.
that kind of stuff, but that's not
I
what
was
we're
gonna
talking about.
say,
You know,
a
the
lot of
point
people are
of,
some fake gurus.
oh yeah, oh yeah, like, yeah, but
No name dropping, Caleb.
no, 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 I'm not gonna be on that. But the point of that was that a lot of these gurus, a lot of people y'all look up to, including myself. I told Daniel today too. I said, bro, I'm not liking how a lot of these people we follow make it seem so easy to not only be an entrepreneur, but for real estate, for stocks, for starting a business in general. Like, it's starting to get like a little on my nerves because they make it sound like anybody and their mom can do it with the right mentality and the right grit and grind. Yes, but it takes time. It takes so much sacrifice that they're not
Right.
telling you about. They're not telling you guys something that I do. And I challenge y'all to do this as well. Something I'll do is, if I see somebody blowing up on the gram, right? Say they have a lot of pictures. That's the best. I'll scroll all the way down to the bottom of their pictures. So say it's like
Mm-hmm.
2021, right? I go
Mm-hmm.
back to 2014, 2015, 2016. You'll
Was he
start to
grinding?
notice. You'll start to notice, bro. They're grinding. There's no flashy stuff. It's old pictures, bad quality pictures, like no flaunting, no anything. They're regular human beings like you and I. It's 2021. That's 5, 6, potentially 7 years of a difference. So you're looking, and I've said this before, stop focusing on somebody's level 20 when you're on level 2. It's fine.
Right.
There's a time,
Right.
there's a process. It all is a whole process. So you got to understand, like, focus on your level 2. Quit focusing and worrying about somebody when they're on level 20 and they started 7 years ago. Same with
Right.
Gary Vee. Gary Vee's
Catch
like,
up.
you know what I'm saying?
But not to them. Catch up to yourself.
Right, because you're just hindering yourself. You're putting all these expectations on yourself. And that's another thing that I hate is when people post all these, especially these entrepreneurs now, where they're posting diamonds, Lambos, all these things. That's not what entrepreneurship and owning a business is all about. Owning a business, being an entrepreneur is about, well, entrepreneur first is about creating something new and creating something that somebody else wasn't going to create, but you're creating it for yourself. Owning a business is about creating freedom for yourself and your family, financial freedom and time freedom type of thing.
Right.
But they're not showing you that. Like, yeah, they are. Yeah, I'm financially free, all this kind of stuff. But they're so busy posting on the gram about all their Lambos, their diamonds, their money, this, that, and the third. And it's like, that's not what entrepreneurship is. It's not what owning a business is all made out to be, but people are putting these expectations on themselves. And again, y'all got to understand, these are people who've been in the game for at minimum 5 years, some 10, 15
Man.
years.
For
Now they're
real.
buying that kind of stuff, the diamonds, the cars, the everything like that. But you go back to, if you were to compare your journey and theirs, when they were on your level, they say 6 months, a year, 2 years in, they were still like eating out the mud. They were still grinding every day. They were dark. They were ghost mode. They were just pushing the pedal to the metal. So all this stuff doesn't even come for 8, 10 years. But y'all so focused on, okay, when I get this, when everything starts to pick up, boom, I'm gonna get the diamonds, the Lambo, the XYZ, and that's gonna mean that I made it. No, it's not, because you about to blow your money, bro.
Y'all have to remember when people post those things, it's to grab attention. They're playing the game that they want you to think. So they want you to be like, damn, that motherfucker got a nice ass whip. Oh, that
Yep.
jewelry, I need a piece of that. But they don't tell you what they've been through. Not only they don't tell you what they haven't been through, but they're not. I mean, yeah, they're not willing, or maybe they're not willing, but some people just either don't got it or just faking it.
Yeah, bro, faking
You
the
know,
struggle, faking the whole process, or whatever the
literally,
case may
bro.
be. But y'all not gonna see that. Y'all will not see somebody, and because they're not gonna promote that. Some people do. They tell you where they've been, but I've even starting to pick up, like, it sounds like it's kind of a trend now
Uh
to tell
huh.
people like, "Oh, I've been through it," blah blah blah. Like, you can just, I'm starting to feel from some gurus that like you
It
ain't been
just
through
sounds like the
nothing.
same thing, right? It just sounds like the same. And again, I'm no one to question anybody else, but
Oh yeah, no, no, definitely not. But
but
it's,
I, you definitely you peep things,
yeah, and at
and
that point,
it's to the naked eye. Like if you don't pick it up, like you're damn near dumb. I'm sorry. Pick
you
up a book. Pick up a fucking book.
know what I'm saying? And that's the thing, bro. They're never gonna show you that. Never gonna show you the struggle. Tell you how long it took to get to that point. They're just gonna show you all the, like the, Daniel said, they're playing for your attention.
13%.
Yeah, I'm on 16. So yeah, um, like I
But
mentioned
yeah,
before, y'all, AirPods are
but
kind of
no,
low
what
on
I'm
battery.
yeah.
We gonna keep it going though. We gonna keep it going, but
Until they're dead.
yeah, because then the audio is gonna be crap. Anyway,
Right.
um, yeah. So that's just the thing, y'all. Like, quick comparing, quick focusing. Again, that's why we're going kind of a little dark for a little while, because even by just, I was super good for a little bit at just posting on the gram, but naturally Instagram is made to suck you in. TikTok's made to suck you in. And we only follow a couple people on TikTok, but they're all real estate and business related. So they're dropping gems. So it's like immediately when you post, because it takes a little bit, it takes like probably like 10, 15 seconds for the thing to post on TikTok, right? So they'll play videos while you're waiting conveniently.
Oh, that's nice.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Like they really just want you. They want you focused on them at all times. The more
right.
time you spend of your life wasting, because you're wasting your life, because you're not doing shit with your life when you're doing this,
Mm-hmm.
right? You're wasting your life making somebody money.
Literally.
You know, because you could at the same time you could be focusing on yourself, making yourself full of money. Because at the end of the day, I'm sorry to say it, but money equals happiness, and it's put into science. The more money you got, the more levels of serotonin are expected to go up because you have more freedom to do more things. You get to do more experiences. You're able to do more opportunities.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm sorry,
That's
but like it's what it is. That's what life has to come to be. If you want to, if you want to live a like I'm not saying a quality life because you can live a quality life somewhere ducked off and have a quality life, but that's not quality for me.
right.
You feel me? I'm trying to have. I just got the little sound in my and from the AirPods. You know, the
Ah, means mom's coming soon.
man. So I got so like I want to live in a fucking ranch. Like I want to have land. Like I want to, like I want to be able to have that lifestyle, so I need money for that.
And that's the thing, bro, is that people will always say money doesn't equal happiness. Okay, but money solves a lot of money related issues. And if you haven't opened your eyes, America in specific is filled with things that you need money for. So I promise you, if you go to a family that's living well below middle class and they're struggling to get by, I promise you, you drop off 10 grand at their door and watch the smile not light up their whole entire room.
Man, the whole house would light up.
And that's the thing that people don't get, bro, is that we're not saying money is a direct correlation to once you get all this money, you're going to be happy. No.
Exactly.
But when you don't have money related issues, you're going to be, think about it like that. When you have money to solve a lot of things, you don't have a lot, you have even more first world problems.
Everybody's everybody's issues when it comes to the thing, a lot of people's issues is money related.
100%, bro. 100%.
You
Like,
know?
and think about all the things that for y'all that are listening, think about all the things that you complain about or that you're not happy about your life. And ask yourself if a check could fix it. Just ask yourself that simple
Man,
question. Could a check fix this? I'll promise you
sheesh.
nine times out of 10, you're gonna say yes. And we're not talking about bringing somebody, who passed away, anything like that. Nah, of course not.
Right, right. Of course not. That's something that's inevitable and can't change. But something that money
Exactly.
can fix, something that money can fix, you're gonna be happy.
Yes.
Sorry.
There's a lot of money related issues in this world and a lot of things that money can fix that because
Go ahead. I'm just thinking about what I'm about to say because it's great. I'm
okay.
gonna put a sample out there.
Okay. But I was just saying that a lot of people that face money related issues are not as happy. I mean, yeah, you can be happy, but I promise you, you're going to be happier with those money related issues gone. And the people who are saying money can't buy happiness, you don't have a lot of money related problems. That's why you're saying that.
Exactly.
So that's
Exactly. But let's say put it to the point of somebody. Let's say going to foreclosure
yeah.
and you give them 100K here, like here's your house back. That's gonna solve a lot of problems. Let's say somebody that's in student debt, 100,000. Let me just pay off 10% of your stuff, man. I got you. You know how much that alleviates of somebody's like baggage,
Mm-hmm.
man. It's crazy.
That's a fact, bro. So we won't go too much on a tangent about money related issues, how money can solve a lot of the world's problems, because that's not part of our job here. Our job is to help y'all grow, prosper, and succeed through the mindset. So, Daniel, do you got anything left for the people? Because both of our headphones are about to die, and we kind of gave them a little bit of juice today. So, you got
Yeah.
anything left for the people?
So tune in with your mama mentality. You got tunnel vision, you know? Tune out the outer world and focus on yourself. Stay on your path because nobody else is gonna write it for you, you know? And you
Mm-hmm.
don't want to go 10 years down the road and say I wasted 10 years of my life and shit, where am I now? Because then is it, and the thing is what people don't understand that when you're older you're digging yourself into a deeper hole. And if you don't take care of those issues now, it's gonna be harder to get out later. And like how, and basically that just stay consistent, stay resilient, like just tune in. And that's what separates a winner from a loser. Never give up.
That's facts. And I'm gonna just roll right off of that. Um, Tunnel vision. Daniel and I are getting into it now. Oh, there goes one of my headphones. Huh.
Oh.
Anyway, but tunnel vision, lock in. That's what we're on. So if y'all don't hear from us on the socials, that's why we're locking in. We got a lot of stuff coming on. So,
I mean,
but
y'all,
we do love.
whoever needs us, They got our numbers. Like,
Oh yeah. Or
and
shoot us a
and
DM. I'll still check DMs.
right, we'll check DMs, but we're just not gonna be active per se.
Active,
We'll be
posting,
there.
scrolling, none of that.
We'll be there. But
Right. But yeah, if y'all need us, shoot us a DM, message us, anything like that. But that's all we got. So we're gonna drop this one right away today. And then of course Sunday we got another one coming. So back to back episodes for y'all. So we'll catch y'all on the next one. But y'all have a blessed day. Hope y'all had a blessed week. Hopefully everything with y'all's families are going well. All love and prosperous to your families. And with that being said, like, comment, subscribe. Culture didn't exist until we invented culture. Boy.
all right, y'all.
You know,
Deuces.
we love y'all. Have a good one.
Love y'all.